Good morning, good afternoon, good evening across the country, around the world. Welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. We're back at the KSC. When last we left off, we were on Minmus again for yet another mission. I think it's my third set to mission that I've recorded, and I've been there about 6 or 7 times. So we've brought the guys back, brought the science back. We actually managed to hop to another biome, the slopes, which was awesome. Yeah, we'll look at it here and see if the game crashes again. Also, all of our ScanSats finished. Let's look at biomes, and let's get rectangular. We were able to do all the biomes for Kerbal, or Kerbin, as well as Minmus and the moon. They are all 100%, so you got to those things, find the sensors themselves, transmit, and you get science. So we've been to Minmus a whole lot. We've done a bit of Kerbin. There's anomalies. I think there's some new anomalies, although the new anomalies, I believe, are really just more monoliths, like that guy. If you want to see some of the anomalies, go check out my last series. They were in the middle there somewhere, but I went to every anomaly that we had in the local system, as well as the ones on Duna at the end there. Sadly, there aren't that many on Duna. Anywho, the moon, we've only been to the moon twice. So we're going to be going back. We're going to be going back with some cool things, I think. With ScanSat and everything else and the mission to Minmus, we've now got a fair amount of science. For contracts, we've got 2 more to Minmus. Explore Minmus. I thought I would do this, but dock 2 vessels on or around Minmus. I think it wants me to actually send 2 different things to Minmus. So I'll take care of that later. It wants me to plant a flag on Minmus. Again, I'll do those off camera. Satellite, can do that off camera. Science data from the surface of the moon. That's what we're going to do now. Orbital station, that's what I have a goal for in probably the next couple episodes. An orbit, antenna, docking port, regenerative power, facility, monopropellant, and stability. Supporting at least 12. Ours is going to support way more than 12. I have an idea for what to build. I did a little, not research, but a little, Google searching. I found a spaceport looking thing, and I'm like, yes, that's the one I'm going to build. But we'll get to that in a few episodes. Magnetic field. Oh, this is what I was looking at, trying to complete while we were there. I didn't realize it needs a satellite in orbit. So it's got to be there for 100. It was 175. We spent a few days. I did a few missions with some satellites and whatnot already. But 170 more days. I was actually able to take the ScanSat Minmus. Is this Minmus? Yes, ScanSat Minmus, because it had finished the ScanSat stuff. It's able to alter its orbit to make it eccentric and to get low orbit above Minmus to actually do these things and transmit those. So all we're waiting for now is just the time. Just gonna wait. And lastly, satellite in a polar orbit of Duna. That'll be great because we can do that with, we can do ScanSat with that. So even though it just wants a thermometer, we're gonna load it up all the science. But we have 24 years. We have 25 years effectively to finish this. So I'm not gonna worry about that one yet. So not having to worry about Duna yet. We're gonna do things a little more locally still because, like I said, the space station is kind of my next big goal. We don't need to upgrade this guy, because that would be $500,000. But to do the space station, we do want to upgrade the R&D. Because right now, to do the space station, the 2 parts that I really want on the space station are, well, the 2 pieces of parts are all in here. Some of these guys, the Kerbal Max Industries pieces with the longer bits because they're awesome, and the multi-point. I don't know if I need that now that I have, but the octo aperture module. That's the cool one. I want one of those. Is this actually a propellant? Oh yeah, good. So this is command. So it can fly the ship with this. Beautiful. Anyway, we want those. Those are the things. Go away. These are the bits that I want. Hey, and more science. And the Clamp Otron. That's definitely the one. The Clamp Otron Docking Port Senior. I was going to build something that looks kind of International Space Station looking, where it's kind of long and skinny with, solar panels, but I'm actually going to go for something else. Hint, hint, hint right there. We'll get to that in a little bit, though. But to unlock this level, I have to upgrade the Science Center. Do I want to now? I kind of want the science just to say that I can do it. Let's see. That's going to leave us with $1 million. Yeah, we'll do it. Boom, fully upgraded Science Center, Research and Development. So we're going to get this with the what is this? Composites with all those things. Beautiful. And we're going to get the meta materials to get some of these bigger things that are going to help out. Boom. All this is 175, so we can't even get anything else. So I kind of want to flesh out everything else. I mean, to do the space station, I'm probably going to need the heavy lifting guys. Yeah, I'm going to need the very heavy rocketry, because what I'm going to put into orbit is going to be pretty big. And some people have launched giant, like I've seen people do giant ring stations, you know, where they take pieces and they tweak them so that it connects up as a ring. People have done that. I'm going to do something different, but I'm not. But I've seen people launch ring stations all in one piece as a giant, crazy-looking thing. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to launch mine up within fairings and whatnot, and it's going to be, in my opinion, quote, correct. Yes. Just double-checking some of these things. Yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do now, though, we're going to go back to the moon. Because we have a mission, I'm pretty sure we have a mission to, yeah, surface of the moon. So we'll get down to the moon, and we're actually going to do some biome hopping and do some fun stuff. So let's just make sure. Science data from space around Kerbin. Sure, that's easy because we can transmit a crew report. Suborbital, I don't have access to that one yet. Surface outpost on Minmus. That's a lot of requirements. It's a lot of money, though. I might take this one and do it off camera. Supporting at least 18. Well, I have all those fun big things. Orbital survey of Eve. Ooh, so materials, low. That's the same thing. Interesting. Maybe it's just double printed there. Mystery goo, recon scan. I'm not even sure what a recon is. Recon second? I think these must be parts I just haven't played with before. And test something orbiting the sun. Well, that's doable because you can just pop something out past, what's it called? As long as it gets out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. We'll take that because we can slap on TR-38D. We'll want to do a mission around the sun soon? I'm trying to think if I want to do that now or not. I'm going to go ahead and take this as well because that's a lot of money. That's a good advance too. We'll take that. Mammoth. I don't have because that's the big one. I don't have the big rocketry yet. Orbital survey of Eve. That expires in 6 days, but the duration is for 9 years. We want to go to Eve. That's a big advance, too. I kind of feel bad taking it now, though. Anywho, we're going to be going to the moon, but there's something I want to check. What are my 2-star scientist, 1-star scientist, ooh, 2-star, good. I have a couple of 2-star scientists. Excellent. That's what I need. Anyway, we're going to go to the moon with another something Apollo-ish style mission. We're going to go with the Science Center, the Science Module, and do science that way. Because that gets you even more science with simple things. So I'm going to go ahead and build Stiff. We'll see you on the launch pad in a minute and launch for the moon. Yes, I'm going to build it off camera, and I'll see you on the launch pad. Here we are, back on the pad. I've assembled a, what's going to effectively be a science station that's going to be in orbit around the moon. A little one. But we're going to launch this. This is the first part of this mission. We're going to launch this, get it in orbit around the moon, do what science it can there, and transfer that science into the science module in here. We'll go over that later once we get there. But we're also going to be, this is like I said, the first half. The other half of the mission, we're going to send up another piece that's going to have a big, a big orange fuel tank, maybe a couple of orange fuel tanks, as well as a lander. So we can land on the moon, go to a biome, and then pop back up, meet it, refuel, go back down, up, refuel, etc., 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 and just rinse and repeat again and again and again. This is possibly going to tie up a number of my Kerbins for a while, but that's okay. We're not going to rush off to Duna. In fact, we can actually get rid of that. Who needs Kerbal alarm clock? Well, I will later. But right now, I don't. Anywho. Full throttle. SAS is on. SAS is on. Full throttle. Let's go. Excellent. Oh, yeah. So this is a bit of a beefy thing. Kind of tall. Kind of interesting. The outer stages are really long, and then this is just a poodle in here. That's for, you know, once we get orbital. But I think there should be enough fuel. The thrust to weight's actually pretty good. It feels just about spot on. Alright, we're going to go ahead and kick ourselves over for our gravity turn. Boop, 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 boop. We're actually accelerating a bit fast. We can go ahead and cut that back a little bit. As we burn fuel, our thrust weight ratio gets better. If I had mech jeb, I would show you, but that hasn't been updated yet, which is really a pity. I've enjoyed doing things manually like this, but mech jeb was good for all those numbers, all those details. And I consider myself to be something of a detail-oriented person, so having all those details like that to rely on and fall back on were very helpful, even if just for my peace of mind. Alright, so we're going to get this. That's decent. We're just going to lock prograde now and let it do its thing. Ooh, these guys are so loud. How's that? Climbing, and time is increasing as well. Yeek. So yes, this will be the first piece, and then we'll launch another piece that's probably going to be a similar payload size. It's going to be fuel and a lander. How are we doing for fuel? Okay, good. So those aren't burnt out yet. We're at 12,000. Let's keep nudging ourselves over just a smidgen. We want to stay prograde because, again, we're still in the atmosphere. And with this big old nose here, it could go sideways very easily. Alright, it should change to orbital fairly soon on its own. I mean, our apoapsis is already, yep, almost out of the atmosphere, which is great. We're above 30, so we're going to go ahead and hit it sideways. Hit it totally horizontal. That'll flatten out our orbital insertion. And we're about to run out of fuel on those outer stages. Fortunately, they were feeding to the inner stage. Goodbye. God, those are huge. Those are big. I mean, this mission didn't cost too much. Excellent. Alright, good. And we're still accelerating. Everything's still nice and stable. Yay for auto-strutting. What's our apoapsis? Something... Oh, not too bad. I wanted to aim for about 100-kilometer apoapsis, so that's good. We're gonna try to keep it there-ish. Ooh, now it's kind of lumbering. We don't have as much gimbaling because we dropped those outer things. Oh, and we are in space. Power, fuel, electrical charge, 3,000. Beautiful. Okay, good. We're doing all right. I think we'll be able to get into orbit with those engines, and then it's just the poodle that we will need to get to the moon. Yes. Okay. Good. Good. This is actually not really going any higher, so that's good, I guess. Our time is slowly increasing. I mean, we're not going to go anywhere, and that's a couple minutes away. This thing's pretty heavy, although we also are not at full throttle. Now we are. It's a bit of a heavy vessel, so we don't have a great thrust-to-weight ratio. There we go. Okay, when this hits 150, we'll cancel it, and then circularize from there. There we go. Add maneuver. Boop, oop, oop, bit much. Yeah, just a bit much. Oh, there we go. 150. 150! With 200 meters of difference. Well, if I can execute that burn, then... Wow. This should be prograde. We should rotate to it in a minute. That's all I pulled on is prograde. Quick save. Always with the quick saving. And we'll actually get this burning toward the moon, and then we'll break off the, what's it called, to take a look at it. 22-second burn means we'll start at 11 seconds. This will give me the nice countdown with the better burn time mod. Here it comes. Okay, well, it's... Eek. Okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, you're gonna... It's lumbering around to the node. I kind of botched that a little bit. That's okay, though. Now that we get going, we'll start... There we go. We'll start vectoring. Well, this is mostly just for a timer. We were a little late anyway, but now we know when to start, and we can just watch for that flip-flop of the circularization. Okay, so there's a periapsis coming up. We're not going to enter the atmosphere again. 30, 41, 49, 151, 2 kilometers difference, eyeballing it. Beautiful. That's good. Quick save here. Let's see. Where is the moon? The moon is over there. Okay, so we're still a ways around from it, which is fine. Which is just fine. What is... Do I still have a satellite? I do. Oh, yeah, okay. Set as the target. We should be fairly... Yeah, 0.6, that's easy. So the moon is there. We want to burn, you know, when it rises. So we're going to set our maneuver node here. And then, of course, we can leave it. It's more of a marker. Yes. Focus. Beautiful. That's a beautifully equatorial orbit. 286. That we can live with that because we can fix that and make it better. All right. We still have some fuel in that stage. Better burn time does calculate for this, like, instantly, but it does not calculate for fuel left plus burn time on this, and I know this burn time is going to be longer because it's with this guy. Okay, we're going to go, and we've just got extra mass. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this. Actually, I'm curious to see when we do this if this changes. It does, dropped off 1 second. So this guy up here, kind of simple little station. Cupola, the science module, a hitchhiker can, because, hey, they need a little R&R space, and then, you know, support tertiary stuff down at the bottom, solar panels, antennae, monopropellant, and lots of power. When the science module is running and researching, it takes loads of power. Anywho, with a quick save there, we are going to be burning prograde, that's all it's going to be. Let's do it this way, though. Warp to the next maneuver. Turn the RCS on, because I know that'll help. There we go. Of course, we're going to blow through our monopropellant fairly quickly, though. That's okay. Again, we'll launch something that has a big monopropellant tank on it, and we'll refuel it. So things will work out just fine. So, 38-second burn, so that should be, oh gosh, numbers hurt my head, 17 seconds? Sure. A little sooner, maybe. Oh, right. I should have gone a little sooner because it's going to change. Oh, well. Again, we're burning prograde. It's going to hit the moon either way. Actually, this might do... Well, this will do a good chunk of it. Yes, this will do enough of it. Wow, that turned so lumbering yet I added a reaction wheel guy here, so that's weird. Wow, that's actually going to do about 2/3 of it. There it is. X. Stage goodbye. Light. That one and Z. Now, I mean, we're a little behind the node, but it's okay. We're going to keep aiming for this one because that encounter is so sweet. We'll leave it be. We can always, and again, you can always do mid-range corrections and get it into orbit, and that'll be just fine. So it looks like we'll take 2 episodes to get to the moon for everything and do some biome hopping, and we'll start researching with the science module and whatnot. And then after that, we'll have enough science. I mean, we don't need more science, but we'll have some science. We will start assembly of the space station around Kerbin. My main concern for that is actually the money. The space bucks, the Kerbal bucks, whatever they are. Okay, a little more, a little faster. Whoop. That's fun. We're going to wait and let it get back, back to here. We want that encounter. Or at least close to it. Good. That'll work. And that means our periapsis there is 56. Oh, that's even closer. So that's great. That makes it easier to do our burns. Let's look at what that looks like now, though. Focus view. And it's still nicely equatorial. That's like almost as perfectly equatorial as you could possibly get it. So that's great. That's amazing. Backspace. Quick save. Good. Yes, 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 yes. Excellent. We'll have a mission for satellite. Okay. Let's get up. Actually, you know what? That's such a good periapsis. It's not going to change much. So we're just going to let it. We're going to let it go. We're going to warp to the sphere of influence change. We'll have alarm clock open so we can cancel that when it's time. Come on, a little faster. Oh, we're losing signal. That's fine. We'll deploy the antennas. Ooh, and the satellite. The what's it called? The solar panels in just a few minutes. We can go ahead and cancel that. Warp at 50. You don't really want to go any faster through a sphere of influence. After that, you can like hyperbolically like flick all the way around a planet, and it's not good. Okay, so we're now in moon orbit. We're gonna go ahead and set ourselves retrograde actually, but we're gonna go ahead and extend and extend and extend the antennas as well. Yeah, that's cool looking. That looks like a space station. We might actually even leave all this docked, depending on how much fuel we have, because we have a docking port there. Oh, that is kind of close to the solar panels. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll send up, like I said, we'll send up another one of these guys with docking ports like way down here. Yeah, that should work. Anywho, yes, so, sorry, distractions. Focus view, good, glad it let me. Maneuver, retrograde. Boop. And that takes a fair amount, but it's not an insane amount. We'll still have plenty of fuel. Yeah, good, 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 good. Quick save. Always, always quick saving. Well, that's in nearly an hour. Good. And again, I know it's going to be retrograde. That's all I adjusted. So we're just going to use this for the countdown. And after that, we can kill it and just watch what our apoapsis becomes. Oh, we're almost there. There we go. Very slow burn. Because it is, you know, the poodle. But that's what the timer gave us. So we'll actually let this sit for just a minute, just to make sure that everything goes just fine and correct and whatnot. Whoa, that's weird. Yeah, it's moving in. We're just going to go ahead and say goodbye. I mean, we should have another 45 seconds of burn, so that sounds about right. Now again, locked retrograde. Let it go. Oh, gee, and I'm kind of in shock that this is such a beautifully equatorial orbit without having to do any adjustments. I hit the lotto, guys. I got lucky. All right, so it's going to close. There we go. We're at 58. We'll bring it down to about 60 or so. We'll try to at least. 600. 400. 300. Less than 200. Last 100. Less than 100. Sorry. Focusing. And 62. 55. So not perfectly circular, but just fine and dandy. So, we're now here in orbit. Oh, we're on the dark side, so that's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We have two guys inside the science module. Here, let's actually... Boop. There you go. There's Carson. There's me, piloting in there. Then you can look inside. Oh, jeez. Aim the camera. Love that feature. We can actually look inside the science module and see these guys, well, sitting there. But they're going to be sciencing away. There's two of them in there, right? I see her. Oh, okay, yes, they are on opposite sides. They're sitting right here, so it's kind of hard to see them. Anywho, they are in there. And they're going to science. So, the science module, what you do is you take science data from wherever you are, whatever you're doing, select the magnetometer. That's great. We could transmit it, but we're going to process it in the lab. Boop-a-boop. So now, looking at the science data, we have a little bit of data, and we can convert that into more science. It actually converts the science you would have gotten off of it into even more science. It just takes time and power. So what do we have here? Log imaging. Doop. Excellent. 150 data. Observe the goo. So we've already done it, so it's not much, but it's still points for the science lab, which is amazing. It's a way to double down on some of your science. Log visual observations. Transfer there. Complete. Log temperature. Log pressure. Whoop. Transfer that. Log pressure. Transfer that. Ooh, jeez. So let's see. What are we at? We are at data 184 out of that. So we're going to make 5 science a day, which is great. Not even done yet. There's still more science to be had. Log the radioplasma waves. What are you? Oop, good. Transfer that. Oop. Observe the materials bay. I'm actually going to read this just for a little bit quicker. So 470. Oh, I get it now. So I could transmit it right now and get 16.4. Or send it to the lab where it'll get me 97 data in there. It will eventually be 470 science in 18 days. That's great. So what are you? Are you full yet? No, you're not full yet. Awesome. But we've gone all the way around, almost. And the last one is solar particles. Good. So again, 150 science. So all that's going to like be an exponential thing of that. And crew report, we can also transfer that as well. Awesome. Just awesome. So right now it's only at 360. We're not even half. Well, we're almost halfway full of data in the science module. We're gonna leave all those antennas out because I think it looks kind of cool. But now the thing is to, and we'll leave all this attached for now too. Now the thing is to start sciencing. So we have Bob and Katya in there. They are 2-star scientists, so it'll research at a decent pace. Oh yeah, and because we have what's it called? We have so there's new features to this. Because we have a few science experiments that we can only do once, like the materials bay and the mystery goo. We can clean them. We can restore them. We can start research. We can also level up the crew. So if they have enough experience from something, we can level them up. Let's see if we can do anything. Crew. Oh, and even the pilot. That's awesome. So now Carson is level 2. Look, I got new things. I can do more. I have more options. That's great. So the science module is like a mobile training module. That's amazing. These guys are still 2. They're not quite ready to be upgraded yet. But start the research. And so now we are in the sun. So we're okay. The question is, do we have enough power to survive the night side? And we are kind of in a low-ish orbit. We still have lots of fuel so we could raise that. We're in a low-ish orbit, so that means we're blocked by the sun for, a longer period of time. So now, the question is, will we survive the night side? So we're just going to do one quick orbit and see what happens with our power. We've got a fair amount of power, and they are sciencing away, right? We already have, 0.2 of science. We can see it accumulating, and it's only minutes. So that's great. But again, like I said, the question is, can we, there we go, 100 times, will the power survive the night? If not the end of the world. Next thing we send up is just going to have more power with it. The next module we send up that has the other fuel piece. Alright, so there we are. Science, the sun is, I mean, there still has a little bit of direct, there it is, blocked by the moon. And now we can see the power is draining, you know, at that rate. Why are you, stop. It was facing, wanted to keep facing retrograde. So now again, power is draining. We can actually turn those off, and that'll help a little bit. But the main drain is going to be the science lab, because it requires so much electricity a day. It said it back at the what's it called, the thing, but we can't see it here. So there's okay, we saw a signal in the Kerbin. So let's time warp and see what it does. 50, coming around. It looks like it's getting brighter. Haven't lost all power yet. Ooh. Okay, so we don't quite make it around. We only make it about halfway around. That's okay though, because it repairs and begins researching again. So that's like I said, a thing. We're probably going to double up the science, the power. I mean, we've got 3 of the 1000 Ks. We're probably going to add about 2, 3, or 4 more of these guys when I send up the fuel module here. We might send one up and just dock it here too, just to have it there. I don't know. I should have put some docking ports on the side of this to do that as well. But that's it for this episode. I think this went long enough. Sorry, they've been a little bit longer lately. But that's the science module. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. If you like it, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, pass the word. And I will catch you later.